Ever notice how team selection can turn your mind against you? You're the same player, same skills, same talent. Yet suddenly, every shot feels like a test you must pass. You stop trying to score runs and you start trying not to look like the one who doesn't belong. Here's the truth. Selection doesn't start on the team sheet. It starts in your head. And right now, that's exactly where a handful of Australian international players like Matt Renshaw, Jake Weatherall, Sam Constas, Marcus Harris, and Nathan McSweeney are all living, right on the edge of a baggy green dream and the self-doubt that can literally destroy it. Because when the dream gets close, that's when the mind really starts to shake. And today, we're diving deep into the mental battle that decides who gets picked, who misses out, and how you can perform your best when the stakes feel high. Hi, I'm Damien Clark, founder of the Century Club. I help cricketers master the mental side of batting so they can play with confidence, consistency, and belief under pressure. Now, the truth is, the fight for selection is 20% skill, 80% mental alignment. At the top level, everyone can play. They're good cricketers. The difference is who can trust themselves when their mind starts whispering with that self-talk. What if this innings decides everything? That's what they're thinking. That's called mental auditioning. Instead of being present, you start performing for selectors in your head. You stop playing to express and start playing to impress. When that happens, the conscious mind takes over. You tighten up. You overthink every shot. You second guess your instincts. Meanwhile, the creative subconscious, the part that performs best when you're calm, it gets shut out. And that's why so many players score freely in the nets or when there's less pressure on, but they freeze when it really counts. You're not out of form, you're out of trust. Take someone like Matt Renshaw. Now, Matt's been in and out of the Australian side for years, but every comeback he's made started not with a technical tweak, but a mindset shift. He began training and thinking as if he already belonged again. You can see that in him. He stopped chasing selection and started preparing like he was already selected. That's identity in action. Or look at Nathan McSweeney, captaining South Australia with composure beyond his years. He's not waiting for validation from selectors. He's building the identity of a leader now, and that belief shows in every innings he plays. Look, even Sam Constas, who's young and in that high expectation zone, has already had to learn what happens when the hype turns to pressure. The players who survive that transition are the ones who keep their internal world calm. They know their value, and it doesn't depend on a single innings. And that's the part that matters for you. Whether you're trying to make a rep team or move up the batting order or cement your place at, club level, you're not that different from the Renshaws, the Weatheralls. You've probably had those thoughts before a big game. I need runs today or I'm gone. And that's exactly, what kills flow. When you play to avoid failure, you shrink. When you play from identity and from belief that you belong, everything expands. So here's the truth. Selectors don't pick potential. They pick certainty. And that certainty starts in your mind long before it shows up on the scoreboard. Here's how to build that selection-proof mindset in 4 steps. Number 1, train like you already belong. When you walk into the nets, don't think, I'm trying, to make the team. Think, I'm preparing as the player they need. It's a small shift, but it changes your energy completely. Number 2, visualize being there. Close your eyes and see yourself walking out in the position that you want, whether it's opener or number 3 or wearing the state cap. Feel the calmness, hear the crowd. Your reticular activating system starts filtering for that reality. That's what it's designed to do. 3, detach from results. The paradox is when you stop needing runs, that's when you actually start scoring them. Build your process, the identity, routines, resets, presence. That's what selectors see, calm under pressure. Number 4, reframe your internal dialogue. Don't say, gee, I hope I get picked. Say, I'm becoming the player they can't ignore. Self-talk fuels belief, and belief drives performance. If you've ever been on that edge, waiting, hoping, overthinking, remember this. Selection isn't just about who scores the most runs. It's about who plays like they belong there before that call comes. Because when you own your identity, selection starts chasing you. Now, if this hit home, This is exactly what we go deep on inside my 6-week cricket mindset mastery program, building belief, consistency, and that confidence under pressure. But look, if you want to start smaller, I encourage you to pop over to my website, links down below, and grab a copy of my ebook on how to make a century. And if you want to see how a top player rebuilt his mindset after being dropped, watch this next video on Marnus Labuschagne, his comeback secret. You know, it is a real must watch. So until next week, bye for now.